Hey, just here a minute, about 30 seconds early. Good evening for those of you who are already looking at this, which I don't think you are. I don't see anybody registering with the, all I see is a goose egg up there. But happy to have everyone here. Simplex Night is always fun. Somebody already liked it. So obviously somebody's watching. There he is. I see number one show up. Welcoming them. I got about 15 seconds. And it's always fun. And here we are, right at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. We'll get started. I'm just glad that it all worked out with YouTube. And we can go from there. Might as well get on frequency. This is K4PEW. Is the frequency in use? Yep, I guess it's not. It's K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net with the Wednesday night rainy and cold edition. If there's emergency traffic or emergency traffic, please break in at any time, but 911 is the preferred number. That may be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic. We normally meet at, well, let's start off here. Yeah, you can see us on the net, on the web. See us on the net. You can see us on the web at 146415.net. That's 146415.net. Or you can see us on Yahoo Groups, which is MJ_SS. That's MJ, the underscore thingy, SS. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. Or you can look me up on QRZ and send me a postcard. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. We conduct the net on 146.415 FM Simplex. Kind of a foregone conclusion if you're listening to me. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators for emergency communications, if indeed we ever need them. And it comes up every once in a great while. Hope it never comes up. And we practice with, lots of people practice with the local county agencies. And practicing here is a good practice all by itself because we do it a couple of times a week. Got lots of opportunities to talk and listen to other people. Anyway, we use the net to announce amateur radio events and activities in support of the local community. It's a directed net, and all traffic should be coordinated by net control, who is me. It never did. It occurred to me this morning or this evening that I never put an alternate net control. We ought to think about it. Somebody ought to volunteer for that at some point, just in case I have a stroke in the middle of this thing. Okay, so the let's see. Do we have any announcements by anyone in the peanut gallery? Nothing heard. Well, my announcements are the usual ones. Tonight's Wednesday, so tomorrow night is the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club Aries Net. It's at 8 p.m. It's on Thursdays. It's every Thursday, 147.105 with a plus offset and a PL of 156.7. Usually capably held by Tom Parker, who does a great job, and he has some alternates in there. And let's see, it's Wednesday. And then, of course, Saturday, we have the same net here that we have every Saturday. That's this frequency at this time. Any other questions or announcements? Now, tonight I'm on 50 watts right now. I'm going to go to 5 watts here when I start the net. And I guess the question is, do you have, that I want to ask everyone, do you have 10 meter FM capabilities? I never put that out on a formal, not a quiz, but a formal poll on the Yahoo group, which I can do that. Kind of hard for some people, though, who aren't actually members of the group. They're just on the mailing list. So I'm going to give everyone who's here an opportunity to say, hey, I do or don't have FM on 10 meters for FM. All righty. Let's go ahead and get started. And today we'll start from the west of Mount Juliet Road. Please come now. One more time, Michael. You must be on 5 watts. I am indeed. All right, I forgot to switch, but yeah, your audio is noticeably lower. How about mine? Oh, by the way, I talked to the people over there at the repeater in Lebanon, and they said that it may very well be a shadow from that direction.
Well, I sure hope it's something other than me.
Yeah, you got a hole in your antenna.
It could be.
No, I don't think so. But your signal is. Let me look one more time here and give me your call again.
AM4YRS.
See, that's what's confusing me at the moment. You've got your signal strength is like 20 over, and your audio is very low.
Well, I don't know why that is.
Did you take your vitamins this morning?
I certainly did.
How about your what do you call that stuff they used to tell you to take for old people?
Geritol. Is that better?
Yeah, that's what you do. Turn your mic on?
Well, yes. Actually, the mic level got turned all the way down. That's what the problem was.
All righty. I guess that's why we do these nets, to make sure everybody knows how to work their rigs.
Well, that was me you heard counting earlier. I was actually on the phone with Alan, and we were on HF, but I still had the microphone on the 2-meter band.
Okay. Yeah, you were low then, too.
Yeah, that's because that mic gain was turned all the way down.
If your name was Paul, would it be Paul Gain?
Sure enough.
Or Robert, it'd be Rogaine.
That's too funny.
Yeah, just spur of the moment, stupid humor. All right, very good, Michael. That's Michael in Belshire. 5 watts killing me here with at least 20 over. But we adjusted his audio as we spoke here. That was Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot on 5 watts. Who else west of Mount Juliet Road? West of Mount Juliet Road. Here I am on 5 watts. Nobody can hear me but Michael. Anybody else west of Mount Juliet Road? Second to last time. All right, south of I-40, please come now.
K4OFO.
Thought we were going to have a very short net there, Donnie.
Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee.
Hey, Bill, hold on 1 second. This is K4PEW. Donnie, I got you in there. It's Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar. You can copy Mike real well still, even on his 5 watts, can't you?
Oh, I copied him 5. I couldn't at first. I could barely hear him. I knew it was him, but when his mic gain was way down, I couldn't. But I could hear it fine later. You know, but he does a good job. I still don't understand why he can't hit that Wilson County repeater. That's a puzzle to me.
Well, it's like, I guess that he's been blocked. You know, his frequency and his direction has been blocked by the repeater owner, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I asked the repeater owner, and he said there may be some shadowing to that side, and it may be time to replace the antenna.
Roger. I believe we're going to have a short night. I'm like you, but anybody that's out there listening, hope everybody watch this weather. Be careful, drive careful, and 73's to all. But just be aware. We don't really know what we're going to expect tonight anywhere in the state, I don't think.
No, it's pretty nasty weather. Like they said in that old movie, it's going to be a bumpy ride. I don't want to be outside in this weather at all. I went out to get the mail in my shorts and a light shirt, no shoes, and I wasn't sure I was going to make it back.
I know I had to do the same thing today. In fact, I had to make 2 trips down there. Mailman was a little slower than usual, so kind of caught me a couple of times. All right, well, I'll let you turn back over to that, Paul. Thank you for doing that, and good to hear everybody. Turn it back over to you. Thank you. K4OFO.
Yeah, good hearing from you, Donnie. That's Donnie. Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar, about 5 or 6 miles south of me, just east of Mount Juliet Road. Bill, how are you doing tonight? Your signal sounds good.
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I kind of like that little article you had on there building that antenna.
The one that had the series of circles.
Yes, looks interesting, but I think there's still a few things missing.
I didn't study it carefully, but I thought it's harder to make a circle on an antenna than it is a square, you know?
Well, yeah, but I don't have the equipment to do the dowel rods, for example, and things like that.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was a neat antenna. I hadn't seen one like that. If I had, I'd forgotten about it. And I just thought it was neat that somebody took the time to not only do it, but give a video explanation of it.
But that looked awful beautiful on that wire, and I don't know how they done that.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. It was neat though. It was neat. Um, like I said, I've built a lot of antennas myself, and I enjoy seeing other people do it and coming up with interesting designs. And I didn't read how he got his. He figured out his gain unless he had it from somebody else's plans.
That's hard to tell. But if anybody's got one around, I'd just like to take a look at it, Bill.
Yeah, I agree. It's very nice. Well, you've got a great signal. Are you using 5 watts as well, Bill?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're full, just bumping over S9 here to me, so you sound great.
All right, I'll turn it on back to you, Paul.
Yeah, very good, Bill. That's Bill, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee, November Yankee again. Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee, and he is in Murfreesboro. Who else do we have south of 40?
Recheck, Missile.
Victor Alpha.
Hold on, Victor Alpha. I got a recheck with Donnie. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't have 10-meter capabilities, but I figured you better ask it before we get too far along. I hadn't heard anybody else say anything about it.
Oh, okay. So you don't have it, you said. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask the question. That's terrible. Don't. How about you, Bill? You have any 10-meter FM?
I have nothing but my little simple J-pole.
No, it's no sin. I just asking to see who's got it. That's all. How about Michael, KM4YRF? You got your HF rig running yet?
Yes, I do, and I have 10-meter FM capabilities.
Of course, the next obvious question is, do you know how to use it?
Wait, what? That remains to be seen.
Well, do you have an antenna for it?
I do.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right, so we got, so far, including me, we got 2 yeses and 2 nos, but again, it's not a contest. We're just trying to see who's got what. All right, I had I'm not sure who has that Victor Alpha call. Hit me one more time, please.
KM4 VVA.
Yeah, that's funny. All I heard was the VA, and I didn't hear your voice clearly, and so I was trying to figure out who VA was.
Just me. Yes, on 10-meter, and I think you were talking about Geritol for the old people.
Yes. Do they still sell that stuff? I'm going to pretend I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, very good. I don't either. I take vitamins, though. I do take supplements and vitamins to keep up this girlish figure.
I take more pills than I care to admit, so I don't think it does anything for my figure, but I think it's supposed to keep me alive longer.
Well, that'd be a good thing, Dan. And you say, yes, you do have the 10-meter FM. How do you do it on your antenna? Which antenna do you use there for 10 meters?
I have a inverted V ladder line stuck up for 10-meter.
Ah, very good. Very innovative there at the apartment, huh?
Yeah, my son put it up for me. Actually, I've managed to make quite a few QSOs on a number of the HF frequencies with the, as we call it, the inverted V with a drop and a left hook antenna.
Yeah, I'm familiar with those. I had one fellow who told me, I'll have to tell this story. We had a fellow down in Florida. He lived in a townhouse, okay? A townhouse, a 2-story townhouse. So it couldn't have been any more than about 20, 30 feet wide, and not more than, because we even asked him about this, how big's his apartment, because he told us he put a full-size G5 RV in the attic. And I think it was in a multiple Z pattern, because there's no way he had 100 and something. He only had maybe 50 feet long, for the townhouse. So the attic, he must have made a couple of circles around it.
Yeah, my son got real innovative with the the dipole antennas in my garage.
Well, what's funny is that it would compromise it when you start doing those things, but you can still make contacts. It's not like it's a lost cause.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not this year, but the 2 years before, I was on field day, and I made contact with California, Maine, Michigan, Florida, somebody out in the Atlantic Ocean, and I picked up down in Haiti.
Yeah, and that was on 10 meters?
I'm not certain which one. I mean, I running through the different HF frequencies, but the antenna's all the same for each one. We put up 4 different frequency antennas.
Yep, I got you. No, I'm not surprised. I mean, you can get a lot of people on field day on 20 and 40 and 30 and 15 and well, not on 17, but yeah, you're right. And you don't have to have anything fancy, really. All right, very good. That was Dan, Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha. He has a great signal to me, but then he's only about maybe a mile from me straight on, so not too surprising. And good to have you in there, Dan. Who else do we have south of Lebanon Road or south by 4?
Late West, Echo 4, Sierra, Yankee, Victor.
Hey, hold on, Larry. Who is that other call in there?
Late West.
Late West?
Yeah, Roger. Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor Golf Zulu. Sorry, on 5 watts.
Ah, very good. Good to have you in there, Jim. How are you doing today? Hold on one second. Let me get Larry down there in Rockville first, which is Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor. Larry, how are you doing?
Doing good, Paul. And yeah, I got 10 meters FM.
All right, sounds good. You got a good signal on the 5 watts. You're doing great.
Okay, man. Well, let's get on with it.
Yeah, you were about S8 there, which is really good for being where you are compared to me. And I heard Jim in there, and that's Victor Alpha. Gosh, I'm going to get the call messed up. Give me your call again, Jim.
Roger. Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor Golf Zulu. Sorry about being late. As soon as you went to south, I hit the radio and didn't miss it in there. But 5 watts, I do have 10 meter FM.
You're blowing me out here with your 5 watts. You do something different with your antenna?
Negative, not a thing.
Because you're really, it's almost like you turned up your gain about 50%.
Wow, I don't know. Maybe I was into the mic too far. Back off a little bit on the mic.
No, you're still pretty strong. I mean, it's a very, you can hear it at, it's at 16 minutes after now. I mean, after when I started. I started about a minute or two early, so it'll be about 18 minutes into the video if you want to hear the audio there on if you look up my call on YouTube, you'll be able to hear it yourself. It's really loud. I mean, I actually turned down the volume.
Wow. Don't know. No setup here. Maybe it's the cool weather. You never know. But sorry about being late. Did want to check in, and I'll let you get back to calling you net there. WA4 VGZ, standing by.
Yeah, and you do have 10 meter FM capability, don't you?
That is correct. Correct. On a G5 RV.
Yeah, very good. And that was Jim. He's over in Donaldson. That's Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor Golf Zulu. And it is Donaldson, right? Yeah, very good. Memory's not completely shot. All right, appreciate you being there, Jim. Who else we got south of 40?
W40DX.
Keeping your powder dry tonight, Eddie?
Yeah. I love this rain. You know, we needed it.
Maybe you needed it, but man, I don't know if we need another soggy dirt, soggy lawn, and just now soggy leaves.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. Okay. Hope everybody's doing okay. And we had a good turnout Saturday at the barbecue. That was fun. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, always fun. Don't promote it too much. We'll have to change venues and 30 or 40 people to show up.
That'd be fine too. We'll just fill the whole place up.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to kick out. We'll have to have a master at arms at the door kicking people out. All right. Very good. That was Eddie, Whiskey 4, Echo Bravo X-Ray, and he's over there just east of me. Southeast a little bit, south of 40, about 4 or 5 miles east of 171 or Mount Juliet Road. Who else do we have south of 40? Please come in.
You had a massive double.
Ah, okay. Eddie must have replied to me. Eddie, what did you say?
I was just saying, I hope everybody don't get a whole lot of snow tonight. W4ADX.
Yeah, we got global cooling, Eddie. All right. Thanks for the warning. All right, Dennis, you're in there. You checking in early, or did you just tell me about the double?
I'll wait.
All right, very good. Who else south of 40? Please come in. I thought you might have moved. South of 40, please come now. All right, then we'll move over to the east. East of Mount Juliet Road, east of Wilson County. Please come now.
WA4ZHI. Nice meeting.
All right, hold on. You see, you caught me late there, Scott. Hold on. All right, we got Whiskey Alpha 4, Zulu Hotel, India, and that would be, I think I forgot your name. What was it? Jim? James, that's it.
Yeah, this is James. And I do not have 10 meters, and so far I've only heard Paul and Donnie and Eddie clearly. A few other people were a little bit scratchy.
Oh, okay. So you could hear most of what the others said, though. I mean, you could hear them on the air.
Yeah, I heard them on the air. Of course, I heard them on the computer, too.
Okay. With a slight time delay. Yeah, that's in case anybody swears. All right, very good. Good to have you in there. You were, of course, S9 to me, so you're doing real good in there, Jim. You go by James most of the time, don't you?
Yeah, only. James only.
All right. We'll call you James only. And your only family. No, you're doing all right otherwise?
Yeah, pretty good.
Very good. Good to hear it. I saw there was some nasty weather over in your home port over there in Memphis area.
I hadn't read that yet.
Yeah, it was on the news earlier. There was like weather alerts for West Tennessee. Anyway, very good. Scott, that was James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel, India. He's here in the heart of Mount Juliet, just pretty much in the middle, but east of Mount Juliet Road. Now we got Scott in Laverne. How you doing, Scott?
Oh, okay, I'm back. Debate on who's going to look at the phone. K1SPD, doing good.
Yeah, it's really funny. Phones are in my old age. Phones are cracking me up because it's like everybody lives and dies by the phone, but yet it's all just personal stuff, you know. You think everybody was on the red phone to Russia?
Isn't that true? But it just kills me. They don't give up trying now with all these computer-generated scam calls.
Oh, I have one which I believe not to be a scam. It's the ASPCA. Apparently, somebody told them we had 5 dogs and we were willing to give them $1 million because they sometimes call twice a day, every day.
Go see if you want any more.
I think that's what they want to see if we got a license to have this kennel over here, I think.
Yeah. All right, carry on. And yes, 10-meter FM capabilities.
Ah, very good. How are you copying other stations tonight, Scott?
I'm horrible with names, but I got YRF, the first one, then OFO. I could barely hear Bill, November Yankee. And that's about it. I'm on the compromised indoor antenna.
Ah, very good. Yeah, it's there must be something between you and Bill in Murfreesboro because you're not that far apart.
Well, I do have. I'm using the using the Yagi in the attic, and I do have it pointed northwest.
Well, that would be kind of northwest is away from him.
Just a little.
All right, very good, Scott. Who else we got south of 40 or east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come now. Very good, Wes. Did you decide to stay with 5 watts or go up?
5 watts.
Well, you're doing well. Are you copying many people?
I know that's full power there. Yeah, most people. Yeah, I do have 10-meter FM. And I also monitor 10-meter FM in the truck on 29.6. But there's not a lot of activity.
No, there's very little activity on 10-meter FM from my experience, unless somebody is routinely holding a net or maybe during a field day operation or a special event or something. I rarely hear people on 10 meters FM.
Yeah, I would just encourage people to call CQ on 29.6, horizontal, vertical, whatever you got. I mean, I monitor from the truck and I listen to it here at the home too. All right, 73 KE4TWS.
Yeah, that's Wes. By the way, Wes is 29.6 the call frequency for 10-meter FM?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just want to verify that. And for those who couldn't hear Wes, he initially was on 5 watts there from what do you call it down there? I'll think of it in a second. Down there in Watertown. I want to say Water Tower. Watertown, and he was just saying that yes, he does. He, in fact, he monitors 10 meters FM from his vehicle and his travels back and forth and around town. And if somebody does have 10-meter FM, make sure to call out sometimes, anytime during the day on the call frequency, which is 29.600 or 29.6 FM. So he'll be listening if he's out and about, but it won't be during the workday for sure, since he works during the day. All right, very good, Wes. Good to have you in there. Appreciate the info, and that'll maybe help some people out making some contacts on 10 meters FM. Who else, east of Mount Juliet Road or south of 40? Please come in.
Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo.
Hey, Richard, you home tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm on 5 watts on my little TYT.
You're not saying you're on a little tit, are you?
Say what?
Never mind. I was just using the incorrect pronunciation of their name instead of spelling it TYT. I just said it. Anyway, you're doing 5 watts on your TYT, are you?
Yes, sir. It's through the chain pole. I haven't got the other one yet, but we're still working on that. And I ain't give up on it yet, but it ain't quite happened.
Well, you know, you're doing S3 to S4 here with 5 watts through the J-pole, so it's doing reasonably well.
I've got 2 bars on you up here, and so as long as the audio's good, if you're good into my station.
Ah, very good. Glad to hear it. You're doing good, though. From, like I said, from there, you're doing great. And do you have 10 meters? I was thinking you don't, but maybe you do.
Unfortunately, I don't at the moment. I'm looking forward to trying to put something like that up over here, but I ain't got it up yet.
All right. Well, let us know if you need help, or unless it's a loan or something.
Well, it's just a matter of getting the antenna up here on another push-up pole and going from there, but I ain't quite got that far down the road yet. I've been concentrating on this rig.
All right, very good. We've got very good, Richard. Glad to have you in there. Like I said, your signal's good even with 5 watts. Are you able to copy anybody well besides me?
Well, I copied Eddie and I copied Wes and somebody else, but I don't recall exactly who it was, but they were scratchy.
All right, well, very good. Wes, are you able to copy Richard over there from Lebanon?
Oh, he sounded great. S1, S2.
Well, you're copying him just similar to what I am. And he was right about between 2 and 3 on me. And I'm sure that Eddie could hear him. I doubt that James in Mount Juliet. Can you copy Richard over there in Lebanon? Apparently not. All right, well, let's move on. And, of course, Richard's a no on the FM. All righty. Who else we got east of Mount Juliet Road or south of 40?
Can for PQX.
That is, oh my gosh, I'm going to get the first name wrong. I forgot what his first name was. I'm sorry.
It's Joey. Don't worry. We all forget things.
Yeah, but you know, you're still very, very young. And in fact, I only probably got better than 50 years on you. So what I always use as the analogy why I forget things is that there's only so much room like on a memory stick. And in my case, every time I learn something, something's got to be pushed out the other side. So apparently I learned a few things since the last time I talked to you.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's because you got a lot of RAM left in your head.
Yeah, I guess so. I appear to be running out fairly quickly, though.
Oh, yeah. Don't be surprised. It's amazing how the capacity of humans have for learning. It just never ceased to amaze me. As long as you're curious and you're interested and you want to learn stuff. I've learned over the years, even in spite of an early learning disability called playing pool and goofing off. I really, really, really enjoy talking to people and seeing people and being in classes and watching, videos on people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I think I may be coming down with the same disability.
Yeah, well, try not to let it get in the way too much. It got in my way big time, and that's why I ended up being drafted in the worst part of the Vietnam War. So it served me a very valuable lesson not to do that ever again. All right, that was Joey. He's Kilo November 4, Papa, Quebec X-ray. Joey, do you have your HF rig up yet, that little one?
I do not have my HF set up yet, but I am using a different radio this evening. It's an Alinco DR150T that I actually got from Scott.
Oh, great. That's that Simplex only radio, right?
I believe so. When it seems to be working okay, I mean, you're talking to me, so I guess it worked.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're great. You still have the same antenna up, but just a little hardly up off the ground?
Yep, just hardly up off the ground. I do have an actual antenna, but I just haven't had a chance to put it up yet.
Ah, very good. Well, you're doing great in that. Yeah, that Alinco's doing wonderful. And are you on low power or around 50? You're on the 5 watts?
I think it's probably closer to 15. I put it on the medium power setting, and my meter says I'm hitting past 20, so I'm not quite sure. So probably more than 5.
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, well, good enough. You're kind of in a limited spot there with a low antenna, but you're doing fine. I look forward to hearing you on the air on that HF, on that $100 HF rig you built. Very good. That was Joey, Kilo November 4, Papa, Quebec X-Ray, and he is down there just east of Percy Priest Lake and just west of Mount Juliet Road, about 5 miles south of me. Who else south of 40 and east of Mount Juliet Road, or east of Mount Juliet Road?
That's the best I've heard, Joey, so far.
This is Joanne.
One more time. We had a double in there, Scott. Sorry, but yeah, I did hear it. He did sound great, though. I'm sorry. What was that last call that just came in?
KF4 DMQ. This is Joanne.
All right, we've got KM4 Delta Mike Quebec. Joanne, have I talked to you before? Because it sounds like a new call to me.
Oh, sir, you haven't. And it's KF4.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Sorry about that. Had for some reason KM4 Delta Mike Quebec. Joanne, where are you located?
I'm in Shelbyville, and I'm not really for sure. It's KF, F as in friend, 4 DMQ.
So it is Kilo Foxtrot, Kilo F as in Frank, right?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, very good. I think I had it right the first time, and I think you misheard me, but that's okay. Won't be the first time I made a mistake, or the last for certain. Are you kin to Ed down there in Shelbyville at all?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm the better half.
Well, it had to be. Of course it was. I found it hard to imagine that there were 2 people or 2 stations down there on this net who were checking in with such a great signal.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll talk to you later. KF4 DMQ, we're cleared.
Yeah, very good, Joanne. Good to have you in there. Is Eddie still there tonight?
You talking about Ed?
Yes, Ed. I'm sorry, I said Eddie. But how are you doing, Ed?
Great. Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf Yankee. I tried to throw you for a loop tonight.
Well, you threw me for a little one, but as soon as she said Shelbyville, I knew that something was in the works.
Yes, sir. Okay. But I ain't got much to say. I'll let you have it back. It sure is cold. We've been out in it tonight and just got home. But anyway, I'll let you carry on there. Appreciate you checking her in as well. KD4ZGY.
Yeah, very good, Ed. You do have 10-meter FM capability?
I've got 10-meter sideband. That's all I have.
Okay, it's 10-meter sideband. No, I just make a note of that. All right, sounds good. We'll catch you later. I appreciate you and Joanne checking in. Really do appreciate it. And Joanne, again, welcome to the net. I won't forget next time. Of course, it's Shelbyville. I won't forget. There's only 2 of you now in Shelbyville, but maybe we need more people with great antennas like you guys have. All right, very good. Ed in Shelbyville and Joanne, his better half in Shelbyville, one at KF4 Delta Mike Quebec, and it's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee, both in Shelbyville. Doing a great job. Who else we got? South or east? Please come in. Anybody else south of Mount Juliet, south of Lebanon Road? Yeah, I'll get it right in a minute. South of 40 and east of Mount Juliet Road. Nothing. Then we're going to go north because I didn't do that one yet. I won't forget. Dennis, you must be there. Anybody else north of Mount Juliet Road, north of Mount Juliet, or east? Please come in.
Hello, Paul. This is KC8 and portable.
Hey, Jeff, how are you doing tonight? I haven't heard from you in a little while. You must be a busy boy.
Hey, good evening there, Paul and Annette. Pretty busy and so forth. I'm 5-watt here on my portable from Northwest Wilson County. Yeah, and I've got to reorganize my office up here, too. I don't have my base antenna plugged in like normal, but I figured I'd get on while I could tonight.
Yeah, you did great. So what are you using on the radio now, any antenna?
This is just right now I'm on a little 5-watt portable, but the kind of the normal setup in the attic, I just didn't have coax attached to the base radio, so I had to kind of shuffle some things around here and haven't got it all hooked back up yet. But yeah, the antenna setup in the attic is the same. It's one of those, I think it's the Diamond X70 dual bands. So usually works pretty well when I got it hooked up. Just need to get it back and squared away at some point. I'll probably do that here in the upcoming weekend or two.
Well, for what it's worth, you're 10 over S9 to me. Were you able to copy many others if you were on frequency?
No, I hadn't heard a ton of others, and I've only been listening here for just about 10 or so minutes. Heard you with some of the other stations, but wasn't hearing too many other folks. Most of the folks sound like we're pretty further south from my end. This is Jeff, KC8NO. I'll send it back to you.
All right, very good, Jeff. Good to have you in there. That's Jeff. That's Kilo Charlie 8, November Oscar, and he is in, he's working off of a 5-watt portable there in his house, not on his main unit or his main antenna. And he's in Northwest Wilson County. Who else north of Mount Juliet or east of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
K4 RBQ.
Hey, Brent, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I'm on 5 watts. I was just seeing how I was hitting.
Well, you're 10 over S9 to me, so your antenna is doing great.
Good deal. I do have a couple 10-meter radios. I just haven't had the time to get the antenna up yet.
Well, you know what they say about good intentions. The road to hell is paved with them.
Well, I got the highway to hell.
I've got the fast bus.
Okay, Paul. Well, listen, I got your information that I talked to you about earlier, and I appreciate you sending that to me.
All right, very good. Well, like I said, you're 10 over S9 with a great signal, so you're doing wonderful. And have a good night. And you do have 10 if we light a fire under your butt. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. It's 10 FM, or I do have some AM rigs, so I'm going to put an AM antenna up.
All right, very good. That was Brent. It's Kilo. Is it Kilo Mike 4? I scribbled it again. Kilo Mike 4, Bravo, Victor, Quebec.
Kilo Echo 4, Romeo, Victor, Quebec.
I guess you make me nervous, man. I don't know why I can't ever get that call right. It's embarrassing. Kilo Echo 4, Romeo, Victor, Quebec. Romeo, Victor, Quebec. All right, well, I had the Victor, Quebec right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that again, Brent. Man, just need to check in every time, and then I have it welded into my brain. I'm sorry. Anyway, that was Brent. Kilo Echo 4, Romeo, Victor, Quebec, and he is in also North Wilson County with a great signal, by the way. Appreciate you checking in, Brent. Putting up with my forgetfulness there. Who else we got north of Mount Juliet? Please come in. All right. Late check-ins any place, anywhere, anyhow. Please come in.
W9BOQ.
All right, Dennis. Sound great. Did you go on 5 watts already?
Yeah. I want to say something about that. I think it's fun to goof around with 5 watts, but when you do a big net like this, I want to hear everybody else. So that's just my little 2 cents worth on that.
No, and you're right. That's absolutely correct. And that's why we don't always do it, because it's annoying, but it's enough of an annoyance to force people to get better and higher antennas. That's what 5 watts does to everybody, or some people anyway.
I also want to mention that if you go to YouTube and look for K9EID does a podcast, Paul was on there today, and you put it up there today, Paul. It was entertaining. I liked watching it. And also Eddie, W4 or something. He was south of you and coming in really strong here.
Yeah, he's got a little better elevation. Eddie does. W4EBX. He's got a little better elevation, and he's got a tower on top of that. So yeah, he does. He will be better than me usually.
He was clean, and I'm gonna have a tower up real soon. I was goofing around with it today.
Oh, great. Well, see, then you won't worry about 5-watt net after that.
The only reason I bring that up is like today. Today you were talking to somebody for a long time. He was on 5 watts. I don't know what you were on, but I couldn't hear him at all. I mean, I could hear he was transmitting, but I couldn't hear anything. And I wanted to hear what he was saying, and I couldn't get it. But especially on a net, like tonight, everybody should be full power, I think, just so you can hear everybody.
Again, there's a method to the madness. We have enough nets, Dennis, considering we have 2 a week, that the minor annoyance of not hearing, like I said, tends to prompt people to do something different. And that's why we don't do it all the time, though, because otherwise it would drive people away. You're right.
Anyway, I hate this weather. Back to net, WNRBOQ.
Well, there's only one good thing about this weather other than making water everywhere, and that's it makes you appreciate the nice sunny weather we get behind it. All right, we had Dennis, Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, and he's in Castilian Springs, and he's doing great up there with a good signal. He says he's be getting a tower soon, so I can make him alternate net control. All right, anybody else? Late check-ins, please come in.
Hello, Paul. This is Mary, KD4OEN, Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo, November. And Marty and I are here checking in from Bellshire. While I'm thinking about it, thank you for your service. We appreciate that. And wanted to say hi to Joanne. Glad to hear some ladies coming in here on the net.
Oh, yeah, very good. And how's Marty doing?
He's doing well. He said today he's going to walk the dog, but he'll check in a minute.
Okay, very good. Yeah, walking it must not be raining out there right now.
He's been walking her in the rain all day. So I have to get out towels and get out the hair dryer and dry her off every time they go walking.
Yeah, I know. One of the dogs I left out early, the big dog, the big English, it's called an Old English Shepherd. He went out and he stayed out, which was unusual, and it was raining to boot. When he came back in, he was soaked like an old towel.
Oh, I bet he was. That long fur. Anyway, it's good to hear all you guys. I always tell you we're running our Kenwood TMV71. I think that's what you have as well. So I wanted to let you know that. And hello to all the other folks that will check-ins. It sounded like we had a good group tonight.
Oh, yeah. It looks like, Marty will make 20, and I'm kind of checking him in. As we said, I forget Marty's call right now, but it's hit me one more time with Marty's call.
KD4BQK, Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Quebec, Kilo.
Ah, very good. Very good. I imagine in the wet, cold weather, it's a short walk.
Yes, I'm sure he'll be back quickly.
All right, very good. A pleasure to have you in there, Mary. And that's Mary. She's in Bellshire. It's Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo November. And Marty is at the moment a virtual check-in at Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Quebec, Kilo. Had to take the dogs out for a little relief to do their business. We'll move on and wait for Marty. Hopefully he'll be back in time. And any other check-ins from late check-ins anywhere, any place?
W4DTC.
I know I've heard that call before, but I forgot the name.
David here in Gallatin.
Ah, very good, David. That's Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie. And you've got that, I don't remember if we've talked before recently, but you've got a slight tone in, I'm not sure what it is. And, on your audio. Audio is great, by the way, but it's just a slight tone in it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm on a HT, I think it's probably 5 watts, but hooked up to a Diamond 510.
Well, for what it's worth, it's a great signal. It's just that I have no idea what that tone is either. It's which HT are you using?
74.
I wonder if that has a. It just would seem odd that I'd hear a tone on a handheld like that.
It may be this light I'm sitting next to.
Ah, you're right. Is it either fluorescent or what do you call it? LED?
Yeah, it's a LED.
It could be. I don't know if it's easy to turn it off, and we'll find out.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead, Dennis.
It sounds like a courtesy tone to me, and it's. I just took out my piano tuner on my phone. It's 250.3 hertz.
Yeah, he's hearing a tone like it's a tone for for a repeater access almost.
Yeah, it's loud.
Does that make sense, David? You don't have any tone set for that simplex frequency, do you?
Not sure. I'll have to double check.
That's worth looking at. No big deal. Like I said, the audio is great, and everything about your signal is very good. It's just you don't normally hear that tone on a simplex unless it was some other outside, something else going on.
There, try that. I think I turned it off.
It's off. It must have been. Was that what it was? A tone for repeater access?
I'm not sure what it was. It's kind of a new radio, and I'm just kind of getting the hang of it. But I was able to turn it off.
All right, sounds great. You're doing wonderful. And now it's a no tone. I appreciate the input on that, Dennis. It's I kind of suspected that might be it, but I couldn't imagine why it was staying on the whole time as audio was on. Because normally I don't think it does that, but I could be wrong. All right, we had Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie. That's David, and that was Gallatin, right, David?
QSL.
And did you have 10 watts? I'm sorry, 10 watts. 10 meter FM at all?
No, last time I listened to you guys, you were talking about 2 meter sideband, and now you're on 10 meter FM. No, I don't. Sorry.
No, we do the 2 meter sideband on Saturdays after the regular net. So that's already, we do that. And we were just trying to find out if there was any interest or capabilities for doing 10 meter FM in other areas, maybe on a separate net altogether.
Yeah, no 10 meter FM, but I did get a 2 meter capable of sideband just the other day.
Oh, great. So I'm looking forward to having you on the air then on Saturday night. Well, very good, David. And again, that was Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie. Great signal out of Gallatin. And his name is David. Appreciate you being in there, David. Anybody else late check-in, please come now. All right, we're going to move on. If we don't hear something, I'm going to move on to the sandbaggers, lollygaggers, and lurkers. Not to mention scanner listeners. All right, but we will move on to I don't know. I've already checked in Marty, but he's welcome to jump in at any time. He comes back from walking the dog. And I'm looking for lurkers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, and scanner listeners. But scanner listeners are just going to have to send me a card or send me an email. All right, very good. We didn't. And procrastinators can check in with me if I'm up after midnight or maybe tomorrow sometime. I'm on the air quite a bit, especially in really, really bad weather like we've had the last day or two. Well, very good. We had a grand total of 21 check-ins, so it was a great night. Nice average night for check-ins. We've had, as you know, as many as 30-something. 30, I think it was 34. And if I count me, we had as many as 1 the first night 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago. So we've been from 1 to 34, and 21's right there in the middle. Well, very good. Thanks, everybody, checking in. We did learn that bunches of people had FM capabilities on 10 meters. We ought to have somebody think about. I don't really want to add any more nets to my repertoire. I think 2 a week is more than most people would suffer. I must suffer from something to be doing this all the time. But we figure we have, well, let me count them. Looks like we have at least 10 people on FM capability, which would be good if somebody would like to do a net on 10 meters. And it just be interesting to have somebody else do it rather than me. But no pressure. We're just asking to see what the availability is, because I don't want to have a 2 meter net and then a sideband net, and because we do 2 meter sideband, and sometimes we do the 70 centimeter net, and we already do the 5 watt on 2 meters net, and we won't dare do the 5 watts on 70 centimeters. But so I'm not trying to add nets myself, but if somebody else is interested, it'd be an interesting thing to do. All right. Does anybody have any late questions or late answers or late comments? Please come.
I have a comment, Paul.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Did you see on the chat side that Daniel Moss is watching on live stream from Moss, Tennessee?
No, I'm. You notice I don't chew gum on the net either.
I did notice that.
Yes, I see he's there, and I didn't notice because I'm too busy with my other silly meanderings and checking people in. But I see where I did see that you were talking to somebody, but I didn't know who about it. In fact, you got to correct your spelling, man, because you told him, you said that's why you can't heat very many people. I think you meant here.
Yeah, that's one of my shortcomings.
Nah, that's typical. I've seen crazier comments, ones that sounded worse than that. But very good. Yeah, I'm glad he's listening or watching or listening. He doesn't have, you can just turn off your monitor and listen to the sound. You don't have to see me. So the purpose of this is not to highlight me. I mean, unfortunately, I probably go in the living room. My mother's probably watching it on the big screen TV because she got nothing better to do. That's why. At 90, what do you got to do?
Gotta love them, Paul.
Oh yeah. I feel like I live in a sitcom actually with a 90. Well, I'll be 91 and 95 in January and February. So it's not to mention the 5 dogs and the wife and 2 mice, 2 parakeets. I think that's all we have now.
So that's all, huh?
Yeah, that's it. But I don't mess with the mice or the parakeets. That's the XYL's job. And I seem to gather up most of their chores for the dogs. But anyway, it's good to be in here. Michael, it's good to be there. And Daniel, appreciate you being there, even if it's the silent partner in the group here. And I'm not sure who else was listening. We had a pretty good crowd in here tonight. And I don't know. I can't always tell how many the count actually is because I don't think it always counts people on smartphones and tablets and stuff. All right. Well, very good. Any other questions, comments, concerns, or lamentations? Please come in. Well, very good. We're off of 5 watts. In fact, I went to full power a little while ago. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, or at least got a bug to get their antenna up another 20 feet. And we'll move on from there. This is K4PEW. Close on that. Have a great one.
Thank you, Paul. WNIBOQ.
Yeah, glad to have you in there, Dennis. Yeah, you actually sound great, man. I mean, if you put your antenna up any higher, you would be, just due to, I think, your elevation and your location, man, you'd be able to hear everybody.
I just need a few people to show up, and we'll get it done. I'm shooting for the first week of December.